Hi guys, it's Abby and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been quite a long time. It's been like 5 months since I uploaded a video. Honestly, it had been a while since I had read anything. I think I started reading again in September. I did not read anything all summer long, mostly because I had some very big things going on in my life. So this video that I am filming today is going to be a life update slash book haul. So I am going to update y'all on my life, let you know what has been going on in my crazy life, and then give y'all a book haul because I have acquired quite a few books. Even though I hadn't been reading, I was still buying books because I had hoped that buying books would make me want to read more, even though I didn't have the time or the motivation to read. So I was buying books but not reading them. However, I don't know the last time I actually did a book haul, so I'm not going to do all of the books because I don't really remember. So I'm only going to do mostly just books that I bought pretty recently instead of all the books that I bought, because I have bought a lot of books. So without further ado, let's just get into the life update part of this video. If you watch my channel, you know that I have been married for about a year and a half and that I graduated college in May, which was super exciting. Such a great time. I was supposed to start grad school this fall, but sometimes life has other plans. So on top of graduating college, me and my husband bought a house and we moved to a completely different town. So we live an hour away from where we used to because we moved back to our hometown where all of our family is, and we bought our house and we completely renovated it. We didn't renovate everything, but we put in new flooring, painted all the walls, got new appliances, things like that. That took a lot of our time. We were in the process of getting the loan and all of the wonderful things that you have to do to buy a house, on top of spending all of our free time renovating it instead of doing other things. And in that time that we were out of our rent house in our last town, we were staying with his mom, so that was like crazy. And also, I was trying to find a job. So I'm still in the process of job hunting because I have a degree in psychology, so it's kind of hard to find a job. Plus, in the job market today, everybody wants you to have like 6 years of experience to do anything. So I have a part-time job, but I'm looking for something full-time that I can really do with my degree. So I'm still working on doing that. And on top of everything else, this is gonna be the big surprise, I am 6 months pregnant, which is absolutely amazing. Me and my husband had been trying. After a couple of months, we found out that we were pregnant at the end of May. And so on top of everything else that has been going on, I have been super tired and super stressed out because we are going to have a little girl in February, and we are super excited about all of that. That's kind of what prompted the move, to be closer to our family and everything else. So those are the reasons that I have not updated, or the reasons that I haven't been reading, is because so many different things have been going on in my life. But we are so happy about everything and super excited about all the changes that have been going on, and we are ready for our little girl to be here. That was my life update. Now I'm going to get into the book haul portion of the video. So I'm gonna kind of do the book haul portion in sections. The first section I'm gonna do are books that I actually have already read that I bought recently, because there are some books that I was anticipating, that I was excited for, that I read as soon as they came in. So the first book that I was super anticipating was 5 Dark Fates by Kendare Blake. I have followed this series for years. I love this series so much. And it follows these 3 queens who were born as triplets, and basically they're supposed to fight to the death, and one person will be the queen overall. This is the 4th book and the final book in the series, and oh my gosh, it was absolutely amazing. I love the way that Kendare Blake has just created this world of badass women. There's so many different representation in this book for badass women, and on top of all of that, she has created a whole world of this super dark fantasy island that is so intriguing. Just absolutely amazing, and I loved this whole series, and this book was an amazing way to wrap up this series. Along the lines of 5 Dark Fates, I also read Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. This book follows a witch who is in a French type world. French inspired. It's not exactly France because it is like a magical world where there are witches and things going on. There is a church. I would like to say is very similar to, if not, is the Roman Catholic Church, and they are hunting the witches. By some crazy scheme of events, the main witch in this story actually ends up having to marry a witch hunter, and I believe that this is going to be a series. I finished it and it was so amazing. There were some things that I didn't like about it. I do not believe that this book should be YA. There is one very, very explicit scene that I think should probably make this book adult fantasy and not YA fantasy. Plus the age of the characters makes it adult fantasy. There are some parts at one point in time where one of the characters just completely switches and like it's just kind of unbelievable. While this book was absolutely amazing, I love the story, there were some things that made me dock a star from it, so this was actually a 4-star book for me instead of a 5, but I did love the witchy vibes. I read it right before Halloween, which was absolutely amazing time to read it. It was such a good book. This is the second book that I bought and already read in this book haul, and the last books that I have bought and read are Shiver, Forever, and Linger by Maggie Stiefvater. I'm showing you all 3 of these books, but I actually only read Shiver already, and I bought this series because I adore The Raven Cycle. It is one of my all-time favorite series. So I was like, I want something else by Maggie Stiefvater. I want to read something else that's going to make me fall in love with the characters, have supernatural elements, and I was super excited about this. I did, however, notice that a lot of people said that they did not like this series as much as Raven Cycle. But I was like, I'm gonna give it a try anyways. I'm gonna read the first book and see what I thought. I did not like this series. I did not like Shiver. And I felt like Shiver could have easily been one book. I'm not going to read these 2 books because Shiver wrapped up fine. There doesn't need to be any more books, in my opinion. And I love Maggie Stiefvater. So this was just a little disappointing for me. I will not be continuing with this series. I wish I would have just bought this book, seen how I liked it, and if I liked it, then bought these 2. I was just super excited to read something by Maggie Stiefvater, and so I bought all 3 of them. The next book that I got was Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell, and I actually pre-ordered this book several months ago. I got it signed and personalized by Rainbow Rowell, and so I've been like really waiting for this book to come, and I think it came out in September. I have not read it. I should read it, but I have not. So this book is the second book in the the Simon Snow series. I guess that's what it's called. I don't really know. The first book is Carry On, and basically it follows Simon and Baz and their lives after everything that went on in Carry On. It's really hard to explain without like giving spoilers and stuff, but basically they're in America and things are happening. And so I am really excited to read this. I just haven't gotten around to it because I haven't really been in the mood to read it since I'm such a big mood reader. I don't really know when I'll get to it, but I know that I will, and I know that I'll love it. The next book I got is The Black Witch by Laurie Forrest, and it follows a girl named Ellerin who is destined to be the Great Witch, but her family is keeping it under wraps. She's going to university to become an apothecary, but her family has other plans for her, and some mysterious things happen. And I am actually really excited to read this book. I haven't gotten around to it yet because I'm not in the mood for super dense, crazy, big fantasy right now. Just not really what I am wanting to read. It looks really good. The next book I have is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, and I have no idea what this is about. I bought it because so many people on BookTube have talked about this book and how much they love this book. I was looking through the discount section at Books A Million because I love a good discount book, and it was extremely cheap. I think it was like $4, and so I was like, I've heard so many good things about this book. I am going to get it. So I did, and honestly, whenever I feel like picking up a high fantasy book, I will pick this up. The next book I got in my Owl Crate box, and it is Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. This book follows a girl who wants to become one of the most badass seamstresses in all of the land, but unfortunately because of the culture that she lives in. The best she can hope for is to marry well. This is said to be like a seamstress Mulan, which I absolutely love Mulan. It's one of my favorite Disney movies, so I am super excited about reading this. I am glad that I got it in my owl crate, and I plan on picking it up soon. Also, another book I got in my owl crate box was House of Salt and Sorrows by Aaron A. Craig. This book is supposedly supposed to be a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses, and it follows this one girl who lives in this house with her family, and something happens. There's a spell put on her, or she's cursed, and all of a sudden all of her sisters start dying. All of the people in the town believe that she's cursed, and different things are going on, and she's trying to figure out what's going on. I've heard mixed reviews about this. Some people said it was really good, and some people said that it was a little disappointing, but it has the spooky vibes that I have kind of been in the mood for, so I'm thinking that I will pick this up very soon. It looks very interesting, and I actually really love the cover. It's super pretty. I love all the blues that are on it and everything. The next book I got was 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott, Mickey Daughtry, and Tobias Iaconis. I think that's how you say his last name. It's supposed to be about two people who have cystic fibrosis who are not supposed to be together, but who still secretly meet and are supposed to stay 5 feet apart, because cystic fibrosis people can be around healthy people all day long, but they cannot be around other people with cystic fibrosis. It essentially makes them sicker and is not good for them at all. And so I know this is like made into a big movie. I haven't seen the movie. I haven't read the book. I bought the book because I heard it was really good and I wanted to watch the movie. I just have not made my way around to it yet. The next two books that I have are Go Ask Alice and Lucy in the Sky by Anonymous. I got these books because I was really in the mood for something hard-hitting and real life. I have heard so many things about Go Ask Alice, and so whenever I saw this, I wanted to get it, but I had already ordered it and it was headed to my house while I was at the bookstore, and so I wanted to read something like right then, so then I bought Lucy in the Sky at the bookstore while Go Ask Alice was on its way to my house, and I didn't read either of them because that was right in the middle of my slump whenever I bought them. I specifically remember buying them and being like, this is going to help me. Even though I was packing to move, I was like, this is going to help me get my stuff together. And I'm going to read these books and I'm going to love them. And then I did not read either of them. That is my theme of my life right now. So yes, I am going to read them though. The next book I bought was Idiot by Laura Clary, and I bought this book because I love watching her YouTube videos. Like, I think they are hilarious, and when she was talking about the book, it just sounded so interesting reading about her stories, her life, and her recovery. I was really intrigued by the stories that she was talking about, and so I decided to order it, and I bought it, and I got it, and then I did not read it. I did start it, and it is interesting. It's not really something that I read a lot. I don't really read autobiographies, especially about YouTube people. I don't know, it's just not really something that I have ever been interested in. So I bought this because I really do enjoy her videos and I thought it would be really interesting, and then I never got around to it because I don't enjoy reading things like this. So I'm glad that I purchased it because it helped her in the long run, but I don't know if I'll ever actually read this book. And then the last three books I actually bought today. So the first one that I got is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. I've been in a really huge contemporary mood, but I'm kind of not into YA contemporary anymore. I feel like I've just outgrown it. Like, I think I will always have a place in my heart for YA contemporary, and I will continue to read it, but I've been trying to branch out to adult contemporary because it just sounds like something that I will enjoy more now that I am an adult and I do have more life experiences and things like that. This follows Josh and Hazel, who knew each other freshman year of college, and Hazel always had a crush on Josh, but Josh thought Hazel was a little wacky. On top of that, he was already dating somebody, and whenever his girlfriend cheated on him years later, he finds Hazel and they start setting each other up on blind dates, and just wacky things are going on. And I have heard so much from Haley in Bookland about this book. She loves Christina Lauren and she really loved Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating, and so I figured as I'm trying to find my way into adult contemporary, this would probably be a very good book to start with. And as I'm talking about adult contemporary, I bought a YA contemporary called Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Chow. This follows a girl named Penny and a guy named Sam. Penny is just trying to get away from everybody. She's going off to college soon and everything's super exciting. And Sam is working at a coffee shop. He is working and living at a coffee shop and he just wants to be a famous director. When Penny and Sam meet, it's pretty awkward, but they end up swapping numbers and keeping each other updated on things via text message. Now, I got this book because I have heard a lot about it. It's blurbed by Rainbow Rowell, and I really love Rainbow Rowell. I'm just trying to find some cute contemporary, and so I figured I would still try YA because I don't know a lot about adult contemporary, so I was going to give this book a try. The last book I got is Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. This is also a YA contemporary, but I saw a video. It was a video in a video. So I watched Books and Lala's booktubers recommend my books for my TBR for the month. And so I watched that, and she's watching videos about booktubers like, if you like this book, then you'll like this book. So a lot of people on the videos that she was watching recommended that if you liked Fangirl, then you would like Eliza and Her Monsters. And I loved Fangirl. I thought Fangirl was absolutely amazing. And so I decided to pick up Eliza and Her Monsters and give it a try. I also know that Hannah from A Clockwork Reader really loves this book. It's one of her favorite books, and Lala said that it was also one of her favorite books. And so I figured if all these people are saying that it's such a great book, I have to give it a try, especially since I'm such in a mood for contemporary. I picked this book up today and I'm super excited to get right into it. Alright guys, so those are all the books in the book haul that I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video of my life update and all the crazy things that have been going on, and the book haul that I gave you, and kind of a reading update. I feel like this was just a lot in one video, but I didn't want to just do a life update and not have bookish things in it as well, so I figured I would kind of just make it an all-in-one video and just post it up there. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I'm so glad to be back on my channel, and I hope to see y'all later. Bye!